Hi everyone, and welcome back to my rather large workshop. This weekend I am really cracking on with these headboards. I've covered the headboard and the footboard, both sides, with a plain fabric, and now I'm ready to put on the real fabric. So I'm going to start with the less conspicuous side of the headboard, which is where the feet are. So that'll be sort of the inner side of the bed. So I'm going to start with this one first and then move on to the headboard, and then I'll do the lower section, which has the 3 moulded foam panels. I'll do that last, because I'm reckoning by then I will have had quite a nice bit of experience doing all these curved edges. So that is my weekend sorted. Righty, I need to measure. That's 8. If I do 7. Will my yardstick cover that? Yes. Okay, so I have got on with the footboard, and this is now the actual headboard, and I've put the real fabric on both of them. This is pretty much as far as I can get at this point. I've actually ran out of pins, so I've got no more pins to finish covering the edges, I need to start stapling. Now, stapling has been a bit of an issue with both the little chair and what I've started to do. I haven't got the right stapler, which would be a pneumatic stapler. That would be the professional way of doing stapling. What I've got is a hand one, and I've also got an electric one. The thing is with them, let me show you. Oops, this is easy to show. It's got a completely flat edge. So when you're stapling straight like that, not a problem. But when you're starting to staple like along a curved edge, the staples are not going in. I mean, I can use it, well, maybe 10 times and the staple only comes out twice. So it's actually very, very frustrating. The electric one I've got, again, very similar. It's got a slightly longer tip so it can reach over curved areas, but there's a piece of plastic here. So again, it restricts how close I can get to the curve of the foam or the curve of the curving of the wood, and it's not good enough. It really isn't good enough. So I'm going to have to go and buy a pneumatic stapler that has kind of a longer nose, so you can go anywhere with it really. But to get a pneumatic stapler to work, I need to get a compressor. So I have to go and buy both of those. The gun I think I'm going to get online, but the compressor I'm going to buy at my local bricolage, which is my DIY shop. And I think I'm going to go and do that right now because I really can't do much else. I'm kind of now at a level of being stumped. I can probably get some more pins so I can continue just to finish pinning around the edges. I don't know if you can see. I'll come to this side. I've had to put a seam here, and there's a matching one right on the other side and on the other board as well. That's because the fabric was a bit too narrow. The customer had purchased it, but it was, I mean, ridiculously, it's such a small amount too small, but it was. We're talking about, you know, like 7 centimetres on each side. So there was nothing I could do about it. It has an obvious up and down pattern, so it's not like I can turn it the opposite direction or anything. So I've had to put seams here, and I've had to pattern match as best as I can as well, which was a little bit tricky, but it's been done, so we're fine. But I mean, it's coming along. It's just that I need to go and get the right kit, really. It's quite expensive, so I was putting it off because I really don't know if I can warrant spending on the real kit until I know if I'm going to be doing this quite a lot. But unfortunately, I'm not going to get this to the quality, the finish quality that I want, and probably what the customer expects as well. So it will be an investment, but I'm sure it will spur me on to doing more of this type of thing. So bite the bullet, as they say. So while I wait for the stapler issue to be resolved, I've gone back to my dresses. This is the wedding dress that I'm working on. I need to get a sample put together and have a meeting with her later on this week. So I'm going to get on with just adjusting the patterns a little bit. I also have another dress order that's come in, so I need to get that one cut out today as well. I wanted to carry on with the upholstery, but I really do have to stop at this very moment until I've got the stapler. It's because the wood's been painted, there's very little room for mistakes because the paint comes off really easily. There will definitely be little areas that I'll need to touch up, but I want to try and avoid that as best as possible. So I've really got to just stay away from it for now, go back to my dressmaking, and then when the stapler and stuff arrives, I can get back to it. But that's fine because I need to get on with this. So this is today's project. This is the underbodice and I need to adjust it slightly to the lady's measurements. So I've got everything written down and I think it's quite a little bit of alterations I need to do. It's very slight, to be honest with you, which is great. But I will need a calculator. So here I'm going to add tiny.